Hello! It's been a little quiet around here lately, but behind the scenes, we could not have been busier. For starters, we had a baby girl. Everybody meet Parker Elena is our little girl, and yes, she was also born in Costa Rica like Hudson, so she is now a dual citizen of Costa Rica and the United States. While in Costa Rica, we were there about 2 weeks, and I finally finished the used car buying guide that I've been talking about for 5 years now. As it stands, the first draft is just under 50,000 words, which is basically a 200-page book on not only why we waste so much money on cars to get around town, but how to pay cash for a used quality car that you can afford. And I'm pretty proud of the result, but I have a problem. I don't know how to deliver that content. And so I guess I'll put a poll up in the corner here. Just click on that and let me know, would you prefer a 8 to 10 hour, 100 video course, or a 200-page book that you can download to your Kindle? So that leaves the warehouse. When we got back, things were looking actually pretty bleak. We had a tenant who wasn't paying, so we had our first eviction, and in doing so, opened up 3 smaller units all at the same time. I was definitely discouraged. And now just 3 or 4 weeks later, it's hard to even remember why we were feeling that way. It seems like everything's going so great. We settled our eviction out of court, and then the 3 units that we're going to be opening up were all filled without any vacancy whatsoever, all by word of mouth. Let me take you outside and show you what I've been up to. Things out here look pretty much the same, but that is going to be changing in the next month or two. We're going to be painting the whole building and asphalting. Where the real magic has happened is tucked away in the corner. Welcome. And yes, this is the same unit you saw just a few months ago, filled with cars and all dirty. Yes, that is a whole brand new office. And here is what we're gonna call, for now, my forever shop. So I have Unit 5, 1,800 square feet, and I had a friend who also needed a shop. So we decided to split the unit, but we needed some offices, and then this is the reason why everything had to be done immediately. He had 2 major jobs coming up and had to move in last month, so we had to knock out the loading dock, add the exterior doors, build the office, and then everything that you see here. So by removing that loading dock, we added 2 exterior doors, brought in 80 tons of fill dirt and filled back a little bit so that we have a nice pad. And now there's tons of parking outside, a way to get in from that side, and you still get your big door for loading and unloading stuff that you might need. Like I said, the idea is to keep everything as mobile as possible. So I've still kept the miter saw cabinet, which got a lot of use and is working great. We've got the Ron Polk workbench, we've got my table saw on wheels, my band saw on wheels, and the last thing I need to build is something to hold all of the power tools, which I've talked about before, all the power tools and the CNC machine. Over here, I've decided to keep my old production days toolbox with all of my hand tools rather than doing a tool wall, because like I said, I want to remain mobile. One nice part about building the office is that we got a loft for storage, which will mostly just house stuff for the warehouse. I don't really have any personal effects up there. The last thing I need to build is a workbench along this wall to hold 3D printers. Right now, if you look down, I have myself a TIG welder, and I actually bought this before leaving for Costa Rica as well. So one of my first projects, now that we're back, is going to be to teach myself to weld, and then I'm going to weld a hitch on the back of my scooter so that I can get materials to and from the shop a little bit easier. I've always wanted a hitch on a scooter, even if it's not practical. It's what I want, and I'm gonna do it, darn it. I have also got over here a sandblaster. I don't know if you can see that. With that sandblaster, my hope is to make a foaming gun to make aircrete. So I've just learned about this. Apparently, if you infuse concrete with foam made with dish soap, it makes a super lightweight alternative that's definitely not nearly as strong, but strong enough for shelving, which is what I need for the office. Welcome to the studio / office here in the shop. And I'll give you the grand tour first. We got another 80D, so our main camera for all of our videos for the past 5 years has been the Canon 70D. Got this on Craigslist. And after I sell a camcorder that I bought with it as a package deal, basically get it for like $400 or $500, which is pretty good for the ADD. For the lighting, what we went with is some GVM. Biggest improvement you can make on your lighting is diffusion. So I've just got these white 22-inch discs hung with some magic arms here. Got the desk here facing the camera, so I have a nice open space, and then my computer, that's the main computer for all the warehouse and Mike and Lauren business over there. Filing cabinet underneath, green screen back here. One of my must-haves in the office/video studio was a green screen that was quick and easy to set up. Because I don't know about you, I hate YouTube video intros. Hey, this is Mike from Mike and Lauren, this is the project, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather just get straight to the action. So what I got is this Elgato screen. It kind of rolls down into its own little carrying case. It's made for gamers. Hopefully it works well in the DIY genre as well. I also got these on Craigslist, a pair of Rocket 5s and the 8-inch subwoofer and the USB interface, $300. We've got the Rode arm, which I do not recommend. It's $100, and they make cheaper ones for like 15 or 20. This arm is just not up to Rode quality. I don't like it, but I'm too lazy to send it back. On the end of it, we've got our NTG3, which is way, way overkill for what we do, but I bought it a long time ago for $400, and microphones never lose value, so there's no point in selling it. Now moving on to the kitchen. So this was fun to do on the cheap. First thing I wanted was reverse osmosis water because we have horrible well water here at the shop. And so I installed that underneath, as you can see. But to do that, there was no water over here, of course. I had to run plumbing from the far side to this side, so have a spigot outside now as well when you walk out of the office. The drain for the sink just comes out. I gotta do something with that. I'm gonna drain it out to the concrete. For the cabinets, I got these used at a salvage place here locally. And of course they were enormous, so I had to cut them down. They were 25 inches deep, which came out to probably about here. Didn't give me any aisleway here. So I just ripped the cabinets down, and then this was my first attempt. I also bought the granite at that same salvage place. I think the two cabinets were $40 and the top was $40. So I got a diamond wheel and a polishing kit and cut this down and cut the hole for the sink, and it went really, really well. I mean, as you can see, you can't really tell where my cuts are. I mean, you can definitely, I would say you can't feel the difference. Anyways, I would feel comfortable doing a full kitchen now that I've done this once. Of course, with practice, you get better. Up on top, got a soda stream for my LaCroix addiction. And we actually have a 5-pound CO2 tank at home, so we can refill the CO2 tanks in this little toaster oven, a Keurig for coffee, and all those below, a refrigerator, which I need to move outside because it gets very loud, and then just one cabinet for storage of food and stuff like that. In the corner, oh, this is fun. We got our play button finally, so thank you all for 100,000 subscribers. So they sent that to us, and now we have a place to hang it, and then just all of the miscellaneous video stuff that you need to film YouTube videos. I got a TV hung on the wall. Again, this was a used deal, 200 and something bucks, and it's a Sharp Roku TV, so it's got Roku built in. I bought this chair on clearance and paid way too much for it, so I'm not happy about that purchase, but I guess one out of all the purchases in here is just fine. And then of course we've got the mini split, which I installed myself. I bought the gauges and manifold to do the refrigerant and a vacuum to pull a vacuum. And so now I'm feeling more comfortable doing more of my own refrigerant and AC repairs here at the shop. These chairs, these were free thrown in with, I have always wanted a Herman Miller Aeron chair, and I got this on Craigslist for $200. So $200 for that and the two chairs. And if you know anything about these chairs, that you know they usually go for $400 or $500 used, and they're I think $900 new, which is ridiculous. It is certainly the most comfortable office chair I've ever sat in, but not $900 comfortable. Now that brings us back out to the shop. So first project up on the list is a foaming gun to make aircrete. Then we're going to make the furniture and shelving for the office. Then we're gonna learn to TIG weld. Then we're gonna make a trailer hitch for the scooter. Then we're back to work on the trailer. Oh, and we need to finish a book sometime in there as well. So we got a very busy 2018 plan. I hope you guys will stick around. Thanks for watching. Bye.